What's up, y'all? It's your boy Najee Speaks Farewell, checking in from the illustrious Bowie State University, the first HBCU in the state of Maryland. And tonight, our main topic will be the effects of the pandemic on how it played a role in our student life and our student experiences. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Campus Rundown. The Campus Rundown is a weekly show all about the HBCU college student experiences. We will be talking about various topics related to student life and things that we go through on a daily basis. The Campus Rundown for students, hosted by students. And now I'm going to pass it to Elainey, one of our fine co-hosts, to just do a mental check-in and just let me know what's going on at your HBCU and how y'all feeling out there.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Elainey B. I am a junior mass media arts major with a concentration in radio, TV, and film with a minor in theater arts from the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. I am from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm an only child, so moving from Virginia to Atlanta has been a lot. Currently, I am in my midterm week, so I'm just trying to scramble and make sure I have all of my stuff done, my homework's done. I'm studying, staying on top of my game. Our library is actually open 24 hours, so I've been tapping in at Club Woody and just making sure I'm good. So I think I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Rebekka?
Yes, that is so good to hear. Hey, y'all, my name is Rebekka Henry. I attend the number one HBCU, Spelman College. Okay. I am a sophomore psychology major with a minor in religious studies. And I am doing well. As Lainey said in the AUC, this is midterms week. So we just trying to make it, get through, push hard because fall break is next week. So that's our time to rest and relax and turn up whatever we gonna do. Like this is our time to really grind for midterms and make sure we get the grades that we want. So I feel like everybody's mental health is at a point where we just trying to make it. So I mean, can't complain about that.
Yeah, and I definitely felt where both of y'all is coming from. We got some time here at Bowie State with midterms. We got about 2 weeks and then midterms is coming up. But right now, I'm gonna just let y'all know it's homecoming season, y'all, and it's Bowie State University's homecoming. And after our priorities get done, our homework, our grades, and everything is in order, we outside. Y'all know the vibes. It's the HBCU experiences is just ultimate. Like, and I just can't wait. And now we about to just get into the organizational spotlight. Shout out to the brothers of Groove 5 Groove from the illustrious North Carolina A&T University. And now we're about to get into our main topic of the night. Our main topic tonight will be more so on the pandemic, COVID-19, quarantine, isolation, loneliness, personal testimonies, and just a limited experience of doing things on college. Like we were limited to everything. So y'all let me know how y'all feel, Rebekka.
Yes. So COVID-19 felt like a fever dream. It was like a lot going on, but I have a personal testimony of having COVID in my second semester of my freshman year, y'all. Like freshman year period is just a time of trial and you just trying to figure stuff out. So adding COVID on top of that is like so crazy, but I am blessed that I was able to be on campus for my first year. But having COVID and being asymptomatic, like that means no symptoms. It was crazy because it's like I'm not even sick, but I have to be away from my peers. I have to be away from my illustrious campus. I have to be away from my classes. Like everything was so crazy. And the thing is, I was gone for like 15 days, y'all, because I had to take 5 days because I was exposed to somebody with COVID. Then I had to take an extra 10 days because I ended up getting COVID. So 15 days away from classes. And like, I really was just in a state of, okay, what am I going to do? Because accommodations was not there. Like it was either in person for classes or you were just on your own. So that was one of the hardest things, but I got through it. But, it's just a matter of a question of like, why did this even have to be, Does anybody like else feel that way? Like, why did this even have to come along, you know?
No, really, yeah, because I was part of the class of 2020. So I had no prom, I had no graduation. I was hurt. I was so hurt. So, like, just coming on campus, like you said, as a freshman, I came my second semester, my freshman year. And I didn't even have your traditional freshman year experience, especially like at the AUC. So we have Olive Branch and different things like that. We didn't even have that in person. Everything was modified for us, and down to like the traditional experience in a dorm. I didn't even have a roommate. I had a dorm room to myself. So everything was just so different. And like she said, I ended up catching COVID my freshman year, second semester. It was bad. It was bad. I had to quarantine in an all boys dorm for 2 weeks. It was terrible. I was crying. I remember calling my mom crying, like, Mom, I just want to come home. Like, come get me. She's like, I'm not coming to get you. I'm not trying to get COVID. It was just bad. Like, it was bad. But you know what? I got through it. And it, like she said, it really tested your mental. I feel like I came out of there stronger. Like, I didn't realize, like, dang, like, God really put me through this to test me. Because I came in to Clark so confident because I was like, my grades is good. I'm on top of my work. And as soon as I got COVID, I was like, oh my goodness. What am I doing? Like, what is life right now? And even in my sophomore year, I caught it again. But this time I feel like I was a little bit more prepared. Like, I was able to go home, and our professors were more able to like communicate with us. So I was able to do hybrid and go online and still submit my work so my grades didn't slip. Mm-hmm. So I think even on campus, everybody was more prepared for it. So we were getting tested every week. We had to come back fully vaccinated. The extra dose that they had? The booster. Yeah, we had to get the booster. Like, our campuses are very much prepared for it now, but starting out, it was bad. And you could tell it took a lot of toll on a lot of kids, because some people didn't even come back from quarantine. Like, when it stopped, like when it started in the middle of the year, I know quite a few people that dropped out of college because they just couldn't take that whole transition. So I say we're strong for still being here right now in college during a whole pandemic. Like, we really stuck it out. So
yeah. And shout out to Jalen, man. Jalen just popped through. Jalen, how you feel, man? Pass it on to you. And
what's up, y'all? Jalen Robinson from Livingstone College, the current Mr. Junior. The pandemic, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like she said, I was a senior coming out of high school, and I remember when they said, "Oh, y'all know this about to be y'all last day in school." I'm just like, "Nah, I don't think so." Until I seen on the news the next day, and I was like, "Wow." So throughout the pandemic, it was like, "Okay, I'm working," and then I'm also like, "You know what? I actually want to do something new." So I started producing beats and sending it out to rappers and everything, and started really like perfecting my craft when it came to music and playing piano and everything. So like the pandemic, it was a part where I was like depressed and like, dang. I don't know if I'm going to see my friends again. I don't know if I'm going to college or not. I was blessed to go that fall, but it came to the point of like, wow, what's next? That was everybody's topic in my household. What's next? Like, are we going back into the workforce, or is this something that's going to go on for years and years? Like, we don't know what's next, but I was blessed to be able to start off my freshman year at Livingstone College in the fall time, even though they pushed it back from August to September. It was a shorter year, but I was able to go to school, had friends there. It wasn't a lot of people there. Like, I had my own room for the whole school year because a lot of people wasn't on campus. There was people on campus. We was walking around wearing masks. The cafeteria, you couldn't really eat in the cafeteria. It was to-go stuff. We was getting tested every other week. Like, it was a lot. And then going into my sophomore year, they was like, look, you guys have to be vaccinated to be on campus. A lot of people was like, oh, no, I'm not getting vaccinated, this. But then they started saying, yeah, we're going to start giving out grants and stuff if you vaccinated and stuff, different things. And athletes, you can't play until you vaccinated and different stuff. So it was a big challenge. And I feel like God put me in that position, like you said, test, because we never been in positions like that before. Like, the last pandemic was like years back. So it was definitely like a test from God to see how we would react and how we feel if we was placed in something like that. Because it's like we was in a bubble, like the NBA players, they was in a bubble. I felt like I was in a bubble. I'm like, okay, I'm going from home to work and work back to home, get food, but that's it. The malls and everything else is closed. Downtown area is definitely dead. Like, nobody's there. And this is down in Charlotte, so it's like nobody was around. But I feel like I'm blessed right now. I had COVID actually at the end of my first semester this past December, like going into New Year's. I was home. I was watching church virtually, and I was supposed to be playing. I had a paid gig and everything. Dang, got caught with COVID, but I'm blessed that I made it out and I was asymptomatic. So like I really didn't feel anything, but I'm just blessed to still be here because I've lost family along the way due to COVID. I lost family along the way who were sick during pandemic stuff as well. So it definitely took an effect and a toll on my mental health and everything, but definitely staying prayed up and definitely blessed to still be here during it.
God willing, man. God willing. And I definitely felt a lot of those things that you just said from the loneliness, like just being in quarantine. I think we all have been there, and I think it's safe to say now that we all had COVID-19. And at first, it was kind of like this scary thing, and people was making you feel like you weren't human. Oh wow, like he's coughing, he's sneezing, stay away from me. And then it's just like that built depression. And I think through this pandemic, a lot of people found ourselves, especially like in our culture. And a lot of us are waking up now. A lot of us are actually making sure our health is taken care of. A lot of us is washing our hands, and we're actually really taking mental health on a deeper level because, like you said, we lost family members. I lost my grandma during the pandemic, and it was very hard during my reign as Mr. Bowie State last year, and just trying to be a student leader and stay up and make sure everybody else on my campus was good and straight. That was something that definitely played a toll on me. But I think this pandemic made us stronger, and I'm actually happy now that we're starting to move back outside, or we're back in person, and we're starting to get our experience back, because I was a class of 2018 from high school. So I came into Bowie State in 2018. I'm class of 2022. And like we had a freshman year. Like, so I had the full blown experience. And then literally sophomore year, wow, it was like, what just happened? And now I'm a senior, and I'm just like, I'm finally getting that experience back again. So it's just like, wow, like what else are we supposed to do? And it definitely just played a lot on the whole entire HBCU culture. A lot of people lost jobs. Like, it was a recession. We're still going through a lot of those things now. And one thing that we can say is just stay prayed up and just continue to make sure, you keep God first, like, and continue to produce Black excellence. Like right now, like all of us, like being a part of something bigger than ourselves, this is definitely great, But I'm gonna just let y'all know I'll be back. Like I told y'all before, it is homecoming season and I got some stuff to do. So I'm gonna see y'all next Tuesday, and my accountability thing, once they bring that up tonight, I'll show y'all next episode. But see y'all on the next show, the Campus Rundown for students, hosted by students.
Bye.
We know homecoming is lit in any HBCU, so we don't blame them.
And what school did you say you were from?
Livingstone College, which is in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Gotcha. How is that going for y'all? Are y'all homecoming, midterms? What's campus like that?
So right now, like we still in the semester, so homecoming for us is the week of October 15th. So starting from October 8th, that Saturday, until October 15th, that's next Saturday, that's our full homecoming week. And then right after that Monday, we got midterms. So I'm like, wow, y'all really did that to us. Right after homecoming, y'all just gonna throw midterms at us. Like, I felt a type of way, like.
Well, yeah. I must say, I kind of like that because we have midterms before homecoming. So it's like, if your midterm grades is not the grade you want, it's kind of like a bummer, just a little bit. But
it's all right.
I'd rather have it before homecoming though, because like that way, regardless, like it's homecoming, I'm lit. Because a lot of people need a week to recover from homecoming because it's so lit. Like I wouldn't want to tap into midterms right after homecoming. It's crazy. They did y'all dirtball with that one. I'm sorry. I could.
We got spring. We got fall break, so.
So y'all on fall break right now?
We on fall break right after we do our midterms, which is after our homecoming.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
yeah, that's okay. It's interesting to see how all the other HBCUs have their schedules, because I feel like the AUC in Georgia, and for those who are not familiar with that, it's the Atlanta University Center with Clark Atlanta, Spelman College, Morehouse School of Medicine, ITC, and am I missing something?
Did you say Morris Brown?
Morris Brown.
Miss Brown just got their accreditation back. We're so proud of them. But yeah, like our schedules as far as midterms and different breaks is usually aligned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see what y'all doing over there.
Yeah, that's different. Do y'all know who y'all having for homecoming or anything like that?
They didn't announce it yet. They throwing out little flyers here and there, but I feel like they're gonna announce it next week, and just it's gonna be a big surprise, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, we're waiting too. We don't know nothing either.
Yeah, us neither. I feel like it's just gonna be lit because I feel like this is the actual year that we're actually getting back. I feel like last year kind of like a trial, just a little bit, because Spelman, we had our homecoming virtually last year, so that was kind of like, I know they tried, but this is where everything is back in place. So I'm so excited to hear our announcement.
Yeah, me too. Like, even doubling back to that COVID conversation, like, because of that, we were just trying to get out of the whole being quarantined and everything. They made our homecoming one day at Clark. So we had the fashion show, the gospel concert, and the concert.
But y'all were lit, though. Y'all were lit.
We had the best concert.
Got it.
We had the best concert. I don't know how we're going to top it this year, but we definitely had the best concert. So I'm interested to see how they're going to move with homecoming this year. Granted that COVID's not over, but it's a lot more contained. So we're able to have a full week of events. So I'm interested to see how that's going to come into play and what they got planned for us and everything. So I'm excited.
Definitely. Yeah. And, going back to the COVID-19 situation and topic, I was often thinking about so many people who birthed their businesses, during the pandemic. It's a lot of people during isolation who started to find hobbies and purposes that they couldn't find in the hustle and bustle of everyday life until they settled down. So, do y'all have any positive things that happened during the pandemic, just for you individually? And I'll start off, for me personally, I had time to rest because high school was a lot and I was doing a lot and I took my academics very, very seriously. So it gave my brain to rest and I really started to learn the true mentality and spirituality and emotions of being able to settle down and balance my life without getting too stressed. So what about y'all?
I'm gonna let him go. Cool. So during the pandemic, like I said in the topic, I actually started producing this stuff again. I'm a musician, full-time musician right now. So I've been playing keys and organ, but it wasn't until the pandemic where I really sat down. I'm perfecting my craft because when I get into college, I don't know who's going to be watching. I don't know who's going to be there to help me out and watch that I did something good. And then it was crazy. I ran for Mr. Freshman. I won, to God be the glory. But during that pageant, I actually had a talent portion that was playing piano. Video just went viral crazy, and it was oh shoot, people started watching yeah, we definitely want to work with you, definitely want to do things. And then right now I actually got my own brand right now, which is Hits, which falls under my producing, my music producing, my dancing, my photography, my videography, and then I'm gonna start mentoring later on down the line too. So yeah, definitely just going.
That's so good. I feel like for me, like you said, Rebekka, I was able to settle down a lot. But I was also able to stack my bread because I wasn't one of those people that got the what is it called? The checks that people was getting?
Was it the PPP loans?
No, not the PPP.
The stimulus
unemployment.
Check.
Was it
Stimulus check.
It was one of those, but I wasn't getting those. So everybody was sitting at home chilling, buying clothes up in their closet. And I'm actually I was an essential worker. I was working at a grocery store at the time. So I was actually still had to go to work and still do online class. But luckily, because of the pandemic and with you being an essential worker, they upped the minimum wage. So I was just going to work, doing class, eating, going home. I think Najee had said that, or Jalen, you might have said that. But I was just able to stack my bread. I was able to come to college, and it's a good feeling not having to ask my mom for money, because I'm an only child and she's a single mom. So it was nice for me to stack my bread and actually have my own. So that's probably the good thing that came out of the whole COVID thing and how I was able to do it, for me. So
definitely, that's pretty wise. That is pretty wise.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking back, how Jalen mentioned, you're in your senior year of high school when the pandemic happened. I'm thinking about when we got that notice. I think I was in person in class my either first or second semester in being a junior in high school. And my teacher was like, oh, we're not going to have any school tomorrow. I was like, okay, yay, no school. And then we end up being virtual, the next day that we didn't. Well, we were asynchronous. We didn't really not have school. But then she made an announcement. She was like, we're not coming back until next semester. And we were like, okay. And then the next semester came, they're like, we're not coming back. And they was giving it to us in bits and pieces, but we eventually never went back. So I was like, I'm like Jalen, you saying that is actually making me reminisce. And I'm just like, that's crazy how it went down like that. Like we literally never went back.
Yeah, I remember like I was taking AP government at the time, and I absolutely hated that class. And I was just like, I need a break. Like I remember literally telling my friends, I need a break. Like I wish we could just get a break. And the words of the tongue is powerful, because as soon as I said that, the news hit with COVID. Oh yeah, we're gonna be out of school for 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 2 months. 2 months turned into the rest of the year. And I was like, this is not what I asked for. I just asked for a simple like break, like just a break from everything. So it definitely hurt my feelings a lot. Like I had a outside graduation, not even a full graduation. I had to walk up to my principal and take my diploma, and my family had to take a picture with me under a tent. Like, and it wasn't even my whole family. It was like my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, and my cousins. That's it. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't pack the stadium deep for my graduation. No
right.
prom. I had a whole promposal that year. I was gonna step at prom. Oh my God, y'all, I'm still so hurt about it if y'all couldn't tell. And it irritates me because people are like, oh, class of 2020, shut up. No, I'm bitter. And
you have the right to be bitter. Like,
I'm bitter, and I'm still gonna talk about it. I don't care. I'm mad. I'm still mad about it because no. But yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy, because back to what you were saying, we had a red carpet outside and everything. It was like, yeah, you guys are gonna walk near their car. We was in line, it was walking, and then it was crazy. We all had a different song, like the DJ was just playing, and then I remember I was walking towards like the principal, and they called my name. I looked down and I looked up because I was like, okay, doing this for my little bro, my big bro actually. And the song was playing Kendrick Lamar, Be Humble. And I was like, okay, I'm sticking with that, because during college time, definitely gonna need that. And like every day I just think about it, like, be humble, be humble, be humble. Like, come on. And I was like, that really stuck with me. But that whole graduation and everything, we had a whole graduation trip to Universal Studios and everything, the whole senior class. It was like, you everything. And that was out the blue. I was like, dang.
No prom, no senior skip day. Like it was
everything. Tell me why we still had to pay senior dues. Please. We're virtual. What? I was like, cap and gowns do not cost that much, please. But no, we didn't have a senior trip or anything like that. Like we were literally going to be so lit.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Whoa, y'all. I feel like we had a great convo. But before we leave, on the campus rundown, like Najee said before he left, we're trying to start an accountability check, because it's important for others to hold, it's important for us to hold each other accountable. You know what I mean? So before we wrap up, what's one thing that you want to hold yourself accountable for and accomplish by next week? I'll start. I want to start submitting my work before Sunday at 11:59. Because it's important for me to stay on top of everything, because I'm very busy schedule. So I don't want to be cramming on Sunday when Sundays are really your day of rest. So What about you, Rebekka?
I'm gonna hold you to that. But for me personally, I eat out a lot, like restaurants, especially in Atlanta. This is just the place to just try all different foods, especially brunch. So I love a good brunch. I love a good DoorDash. I love a good Uber Eats, especially when like I'm in the hustle bustle of the day. But I do want to take some time to just settle down and like go grocery shopping and start cooking my meals at home. So at least one meal this week. One.
I want a picture of your meal too when it's done.
Right, Jalen.
But no, I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna say something like this. Like, yeah, I think I actually want to start using my air fryer a lot more, because I've been eating out a lot lately. I was like, I'm gonna try out some new spots around here, but then I'm like, nah, I actually want to start going grocery shopping and cook a lot more. And I've been out these past couple weeks with full-time musician going in and out of state and everything. So I actually want to settle down a lot more and check in on my close friends and then like my LBs, because I'm part of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So I want to check in on my peoples and make sure they're good, that everything is going good on campus, and letting them know, like, look, I'm here. I'm an open hand. Like, if y'all need anything, I'm right here for you guys. So definitely just want to lock in on that too.
Yeah. So Jalen, like you said, but you do music, brand, Drop your socials, like shout yourself out. You know, I feel like you didn't get a proper introduction.
So definitely my Instagram page, which is Jalen Got Hits, JalenGotHitzz, and then my photography/video page, which is Hits Visuals, HITZZVISUALS. You can find me on Facebook, Jalen Robinson. You can find me on YouTube, Jalen Got Hits. Apple Music, I have my music production stuff on there, which is under Jay Huno, which is JAYHUNO. But yeah, definitely tap in with me. I'm ready to work with more people from other HBCUs around the world. Definitely ready to lock in.
Period. Okay, well, thank y'all so much for joining us on the Campus Rundown, hosted by students for students. Join us every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, streaming on all platforms. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Dude.